Peace, blessings, enough, whole heap, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and all our kings here on the meeting platform and, of course, on the varied social media platforms.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday. Today is Monday, April 6th, and I'm so happy that you're all here to join us. I know on the weekend, many of you celebrated Easter weekend with family and friends. A lot of gathering, and I hope you had a wonderful time. Today, we are continuing with our flow. And this week we will be flowing.
Mm.
This is the beginning of the second quarter of 2025. 2026.
Six. Oh,
Why do I want to go back
because
there?
the year went so fast.
Yes, and we're still experiencing winter. It is still
Oh
cold.
my goodness.
Anyway, we are looking at the art of flow in communication, enhancing personal and professional relationships. Because communication is really
One of
the
the key ingredients.
one of the
Any
key
relationship,
ingredients in any relationship.
business,
Personal,
personal,
every relationship,
spiritual,
every relationship. Because the first the
the
vertical
connection
the vertical
mm, to
connection,
communicate
vertical
with.
has to be intact
Mm,
for the
mm.
horizontal. Horizontal is this way,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
I don't want to push you off the
Yeah, push
chair.
me off. I nearly
For
drop on it.
the horizontal to
Mm-hmm,
stay intact.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But before we go into the meat of the matter, we just want to just on a side note, but a very important note, remind us that this month is Financial Literacy Month.
Mm,
And we want to bring awareness to how we take care of our finances, educate ourselves, or remind ourselves how to take care of our finances. And one aspect that we are actually looking at, especially for persons in the US, this month, the 15th, actually, a couple days from now, will be the deadline to file your personal taxes.
9 days.
Exactly. So if you haven't done so yet and you're gathering the documents, make sure you don't miss any because you will either be underpaying your taxes or you may be missing out on some deductions that you need that you would need in order to increase your tax refund.
Mm,
So as we deal with all of what we're dealing with, make sure you are managing your finances, you're preparing those documents, leaving none so that you are not in any challenge with Uncle Sam. Because if you underpay, you'll get a letter in the mail, not your uncle, Uncle
no,
Sam. You'll get a
no.
letter in the mail. But if you did not claim the deduction, you're not going to get a letter saying that we owe you some refunds. You're not, it's the contrary. You won't get a letter if they owe you refund, but you'll get a letter if you underpay your tax liability. So just on a side note, and as we in in weeks to come, we will be talking a little bit more about financial literacy.
Mm.
Yes,
So
so
what is the personal and corporate deadline again?
the personal deadline is April 15th. And for those who have C Corps, it's also April 15th.
Mm,
For those who still don't have all your documents intact, you get a 6 months extension of time to file, not extension of time to pay the liability.
mm.
So if you owe, you will be incurring interest amounts that is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right. So,
So give us a little tip on budgeting or something, or managing finances. Give a little tip, no tip, no little sitting.
we will go into that in the coming. But
But you say
one,
deadline is 9 days.
yes.
You're not coming back till 7.
So the deadline is make sure that all of your documents are together before you take it to your tax accountant. Normally, the tax accountant will assist. You need this, you need your 1098 the T if you are in college. You need the 1099 INT if you get interest income from your bank or from other financial instruments that you have working for you. You have 1099 NEC, non-employee compensation, for those who do work separate and apart from their W-2 employment, and many other income bearing. You need your tax accountant will, because everyone has different tax needs or have different things that they do. So it's not one size fits all.
Mm. But you can still give us a little tip on budgeting or managing finances.
Okay, so looking at the tax refund that you may be receiving, it's important that you don't take that money and buy things that you don't really need or buy more of what you have. You can repurpose those funds. You remember last year we spoke about high yield savings. If you don't have a savings, you can put a little bit of that money in high yield savings and it will reap nice interest.
What is high yield saving?
High yield savings is not the 0.1% that you get
So
from
what
the
is it?
regular. You get a 4% or 5%. And their banks, you can research them. There are different banks. There's I think Goldman Sachs, one of them. That's one that you can use for high yield, but you can also do research to find the one that fits you. So that's one tip for this week.
All right. I'll do it sharp. Next week, next week. That's all right. Cool. So I guess we're going to go into our presentation, which is the art of flow in communication. The art of flow.
The art or the art?
The art of flow in communication, enhancing personal and professional relationship. Definitely. So therefore, um, communication. What is that? When you come out to communication, what is that?
Communication is not merely exchange of words. It is, you see my hand?
Yes.
It's the transmission of meaning, emotion, intent through a dynamic relational or relationship process.
Okay.
When communication enters a state of flow, it becomes fluid, engaging, and mutually enriching. That's how the concept of flow. So communication is not just throwing words and then not allowing space for the other person to reciprocate or say I don't understand or say this is what I get from.
Okay, so which means you are talking about flow refers to the state of optimal experience where individuals are family, immersed, focused, and energized.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So in every interaction, whether it's external, but of course communication begins from the home. whether it's
Okay.
external or internal, any connection, it's important that we have all of those ingredients in it.
Okay.
So
All right.
applying this principle to communication transforms interactions into deeply connected and productive exchanges.
Okay. So then what is flow in communication?
Okay, flow in communication is a state where um, dialogue unfolds naturally and effortlessly, where
Mm.
participants are fully present. The operative word is
Is
being present.
present. So which means you are present in the conversation
Yes,
or the
the
communication that you
communication.
are having.
Yes,
You're
so
the person that talking to you and you're on your phone checking your Facebook status.
right. But
Okay.
you can also sit there and looking at the person, but you're still not
Present.
present. Yes.
Okay. So what is being present then?
Is being attentive. So being present, you're being attentive. You are absorbed in what is going on. So you can, because you're absorbed, you're attentive, you're present, you are able to convey what is being said, or you can reiterate or reframe so that the person on the other end is saying, no, not really, but this is what I mean. And then reframing, the person knows that you are attentive, you are present, you are listening because you are
Mhm.
able to relay or relate what was being said.
Mm.
Flow in communication also is a state where mutual understanding is achieved with minimal friction. As I said, whenever something is said, then I reframe, you say something, and
Mhm.
then I said, this is what I understand from what you're saying. And then you said, not really. This is what I meant. And then you said, okay, so you mean this. And then we trash everything out, not trash, not
Mm.
throw out trash, but we decipher or explain until both parties are comfortable with what was being communicated.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Flow in communication also um, in a state where emotional and intellectual alignment
Oh
occurs.
mercy. Them they sound heavy.
No, all it
Emotional and so people start crying.
no
Oh,
remember that emotion is in everything. Like we're having an emotional moment right now.
we are.
We may not be laughing outrightly, but but everything has a level, has a measure of emotion
Emotion.
in it.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. Cool. All right. So you just won't cry.
What
No?
about cry
Me
for?
no. Like that's the only emotional.
No,
Yeah.
you see, we are
Mhm.
created with all of these emotions. So the other person will know the state that we're in based on the emotion that is being displayed.
Mm.
And that's why communication is so important. I'm, maybe jumping ahead of myself. So
No
let's,
man, you can't jump ahead of yourself.
I
It's you
mean,
presenting.
jump ahead of what is.
It's you presenting. You have to jump ahead. I don't have a clue what you're going to be saying. So continue with what the flow
So,
communication, you know.
flow in communication is
Mm.
characterized by clarity,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
responsiveness,
Mm.
empathy,
Mm.
and engagement.
Right. Both persons need to be engaging.
Yes.
Yeah, right. One.
Whether it's both or because communication can be um, two persons or it also can be several persons.
Oh, a group
Yes.
thingy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. All right. So then I think the next question would be what's the importance of communicational flow? What's
Co-
the importance?
Communication flow is of paramount importance. It is it is very important
Mm-hmm.
because flow enhances relationships by reducing misunderstanding,
Mm.
building trust, and
Hold on, man. You go too fast, you know, man.
okay,
Reducing misunderstand. You
yeah,
know, so that is one of the major things in communication. Understanding exactly what the person is trying to convey.
that is the reason
Mm-hmm.
when I say something and then you said, you mean this and this and this, because
Mm-hmm.
as you always say that English language is one of the hardest
Not one of,
language,
it's the
is the
worst, hardest,
is the
difficult
hard
language.
most difficult language
Yes.
because you have several words meaning you have several words having different meaning depending on the
No, you only
content.
have one word
You have one word.
having several meanings,
Yes, you have one word having several meanings.
different meanings.
So I would say
Mhm.
something, and you said, "You mean this or this?" I said, "No, that's not what I mean." I can't think of a word that word right now. But anyway,
Mhm.
it reduces misunderstanding when communication flow is operating because each person um has each person gets a chance to either reframe or yeah, reframe. So you mean this, or yeah, gets a chance to reframe so you have an idea. Not only an idea, you get exactly what is being said.
Conveyed. No, okay, okay. All right. So reducing
Hmm.
misunderstandings. Mm-hmm.
It also build trust and psychological safety.
Mm. Okay, cool.
Flow in communication increases collaboration and productivity. So when there is flow,
Mm-hmm.
think about a line, a production line.
Mm-hmm.
If something is bothered in that production line, then of course whatever is being produced it's not coming out right because something is misaligned in that flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way in the flow of communication. There was a game that we played once in one of our classes.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher whispered something in the first person ear,
Mm-hmm.
and then it travels to the 10th person. And by the time it reaches the 10th person, it's a totally different
Oh,
thing
right,
that
right,
is
right,
conveyed.
right.
So it is
Yes.
so important that there is no barrier, because these barriers in communication will disrupt the flow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, that was always a dangerous game. Actually, at my school, by the time it reached the fourth or the fifth person, it's already out.
Distorted.
It's already out there. Because what the teacher did was to say, you can only say it once.
Once.
You can't repeat it, right? So you eh? Because it didn't sound good to you. So you can say, what you say? No, you have to just you have to just make sure you open your
Open your
ears,
ears,
right?
yes.
Open your ears and listen.
And
Listening.
and the
The
person who
person
is
who is
speaking need to be clear.
clear and slow. Because some people talk fast,
But sometimes when you talk slow, you're also not clear. You have to be very
clear
clear.
and slow.
Yes.
And slow.
Mhm.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, so the importance of fluent communication, it also strengthens emotional bonds.
Mm.
So when misunderstanding, when there's no misunderstanding or misunderstanding is minimized,
Mhm.
things flow better because everybody will be in synergy.
Mm.
No, the one person will not be walking on edge and say, you know what, let me try stay in my corner because I don't want to say or I don't want to act because
Mhm.
Derek is just off right now. I don't I you know,
Mm-hmm. Overbearing.
yes, or
Mm-hmm.
or him just make up him face and me no know if him going blow up. And
Mm-mm.
would you ask Derek, what happened to you, Derek?
Not now to me.
Oh, okay, but your face look a certain way.
No,
So
you can't have my glasses. That's why. Take it off.
no, I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Amen, church.
So
Mm.
so without flow, communication becomes fragmented. Just
Mm.
as I talk about the assembly line, the production line, without flow in communication, it becomes fragmented, misaligned.
Mm.
Without flow in communication, it becomes transactional rather than
Relational.
relational.
Okay, nice. Okay, okay, okay. Wow.
And just these few points, we can have an entire maybe hour or two just talking about transactional rather than relational.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
Just these 2 points in
and
communication.
it's the same relation that God wants with us.
Mhm.
It's not supposed to be just a transaction that
We,
because he's a creator, then you just do what him say.
or we go to him with a shopping list and then this is
Yes.
what I want and then just keep moving.
Right. Right.
But our creator, he created us because he wants to have relationship. He wants to
Mm.
communicate with us.
Yes. Yes. All
So
right. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. Core principles
so
of
some
flow.
some core principles of flow in
Mm-hmm.
communication. Here we go again. Clarity.
Mm. What is that?
It expresses thoughts in a structured and understandable way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the sequence of things, you don't say what you need to the at the end when you need this at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Everything should be structured so the person that you're communicating to have no misunderstanding again. So it has to be clear.
Clarity.
Yes.
Okay.
It avoids ambiguity.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not thinking about this when it should be this. It is
Mm-hmm.
very clear. So you know that if it's the spoon or it is the remote, it is the remote. Is not the mouse. The mouse and the remote almost look alike. It is ambiguity would make something either, oh, it's the mouse. No, it's not the mouse, it's the remote. So it has to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Another about clarity, it promotes efficiency. So when things are
Mm.
clear, you move from one stage of whatever you're doing to the next phase, and you'll be more efficient.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Another
All right.
core
So
principle.
so far we went through presence, right? And these are the core principle we're looking at. Number one, we look so far at presence.
Mm-hmm,
Number two, clarity.
mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess what is number three?
Number 3 is empathy.
Empathy. Okay.
So in communication, we talk about the emotion, the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're communicating, there because we are looking at the person most of the time, or sometimes even if we are we are we're on the phone. Do you know that there are certain emotions that once it's happening, even on the phone, we can know the state that you're in most of the time.
Mm. Right. So when a person about to cry, you kind of hear the sadness in them voice.
Yes, or not only cry. If you're
Mm.
lying down and you're talking on the phone, It's different from when you're sitting up.
Okay.
It's that I know. I know.
Oh, you're good like that.
But
Okay.
most people would know.
Oh, okay.
So that's on the phone. Anyway, going back to empathy,
Empathy.
understanding the emotional context of the message.
Mm.
Now, if if we want to make sure that we maintain the flow in communication, it's very important that we are empathic with the person that we are communicating with. There are some things that you cannot say in a certain way to some people. There's some news that you have to find the right way to say it. Conveying, someone just died, someone that you're very close to. You have to, you can't just go and say, I remember a family member died and someone called me and leave 10 messages and all the message says so on and so on is dead. No.
Yeah, so what happened to that message?
No, because you just take up the phone and listen to that voice message. It brings it brings that shock. Some people
Oh.
can't manage shock, so you have to find a way to give it to them softly.
How you give that softly?
You well, another person would say, "Are you sitting or are you standing?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
are
Yeah,
you?"
okay.
So it takes a level of skill in communicating anything.
Okay.
You have to be skilled. So that's where empathy comes in.
Or like when my nephew called me and told me that my mother died. Well,
Mm-hmm.
him said my mother gone. Him said grandma gone. And so at that time I was just entering. This was like 2010,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just entering um, Belt Parkway,
Mm-hmm.
going down on the ramp to Belt Parkway,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how the car stopped. I don't know how the door opened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I fell out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm in the street bawling,
You're bad.
bawling, not crying. That wasn't no crying. I was bawling.
Someone bad too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So well, he's a young man. At the time he was about maybe 19, 20, thereabout.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't know all of these empathy thing. He just say my grandma gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Grandma gone. Not more.
Right. So you
So he
getting
was in shock to them.
he was in shock and you
Yeah. So
getting
how it
that
work?
news, you
How that
getting
how that would have worked now?
so
Cause him
for
in shock already.
right. So for you who understands, you would give that news different. You would say you would have a small talk. You know the person driving, you would have small
Him never
talk.
know me driving.
No, I'm not saying him, I'm saying
No,
you,
I won't know if the person driving either.
brethren. I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
you delivering a message like that, you call the person, your small talk, what peace, blessings, enough love, and then you would say, "How are you?" Da 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 da.
No, me say somebody so and so drop out.
You would just tell them like that without finding out where they are.
No, that's what we do. So and so drop out.
Anyway, empathy,
Right.
empathy.
Empathy.
You want to know where the person is. If the person is just like you, if only God help you to maneuver that car to stop.
Me? No. Me never maneuver it.
I said, God help you.
Oh, God did it.
Anyway,
Yes.
empathy,
Empathy.
because you're not helping right now. Understanding the emotional context of the message
Mm.
builds connection and encourages openness. Empathy.
Mm.
That means you care about the other person.
Yes, so therefore you console the person after you tell the person. You say, boy, brethren, your grandmother drop out, your friend, you know, so and so and so, they drop out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's not use that one because that's good. No, let's go to something more.
My condolences, my brethren. Me know say your name they tick like thief. Oh, I
Okay,
mean, sorry,
okay.
tick, tick.
Let's go. Let's.
My
No, you going
condolences.
down. Let's leave that.
Okay, all right.
So, the
So
fourth
the
core
fourth one.
principle of
Hmm.
flow in communication is reciprocity.
What? What is what?
It's balanced exchange between the speaker and the listener. So we were talking, you said something and I listen to what you're saying and then I respond.
Mm,
So reciprocity.
okay.
So your balanced exchange between speaking and listening.
Mm,
That means you, if, unless you are giving a speech,
mm-hmm,
so a monologue,
mm-hmm.
that's actually not communication. You're just delivering
Preaching.
a, yeah, you're delivering a speech.
So it was preaching. Okay.
That's a monologue. That's not a dialogue. That communication is a
A
dialogue.
dialogue.
Yeah,
Okay.
receiving, giving, and
And
receiving,
receiving.
reciprocity.
Okay.
It prevents dominance.
Mm,
So you're talking and you're trying to bring out a point. I keep saying, shut up, shut up. So you're unable to say what you're saying to bring light because I I am thinking what I want to say before you say what you want to say. So I am actually not present. So I am interfering with you delivering what you need to deliver.
mm.
It
Cool.
also encourages collaboration.
Collab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Two people. Right. Okay, cool. So, what's the psychology behind communication flow?
Okay.
What's the psychology?
The psychology behind communication flow. Flow is communication. Flow in communication is rooted in cognitive synchronization, which is alignment of thought process.
Mm, okay.
It also involves emotional resonance, which is shared emotional understanding.
Boy,
It's a lot. We're just these are just points. We're not actually explaining the
that's
whole
really
thing.
psychological, boy. Oh my goodness. You're going to need a psychologist to really
Yes,
get
because
into
we're
it.
just scratching the surface.
Yeah, flow.
Flow in
Mhm.
communication is rooted in neurological engagement, and we would need Dr. Paul to mm, flesh this out for us.
Okay, okay, all right. Mm,
It's active listening which stimulates the mirror neurons, and I love to hear Dr. Paul just expound on this.
hmm.
He will be coming one of these weeks to explain a
To
little bit
flesh out
more.
this one.
Yes.
Okay.
When these elements align, communication becomes seamless and impactful.
Mm, yeah, with all of those psychological thing behind the communication, I guess it would be. Barriers to flow in communication. What prevent or inhibit the flow in communication?
Okay, so let's look at some barriers. Um, some of the barriers are distractions,
Mm,
and it can be technological, which
Facebook.
is the phone,
No,
or
that's not a phone.
I mean the communication device.
Device. It's a device.
And you have to make up your face.
Yes, it's not a phone.
The
Phone is the one where my grandmother did have
the dial up
in our big black something on the desk.
and you dial
And
up.
it
Okay, so
mm,
technology, which is our communication devices,
mhm,
environment, the noise that comes from the environment, all the distraction are barriers to the communication flow.
mhm,
Emotional interference.
mm.
And these emotional interferences are caused by stress,
Stress.
anger, anxiety.
Mm,
Another obstacle in our barrier to communication flow is assumptions and biases.
mm.
Our perceptions can color the whole reality of what is actually happening.
Okay.
And poor listening habits.
Mm,
Now, listening is a skill that needs to be developed because all of these distractions is like so much things happening at one time. We have to be juggling things. We It's like we're in a circus.
mm,
So it's important that we develop our listening skills so we can minimize these barriers to communication flow.
mhm, mhm,
Another barrier is lack of clarity in expression. We talked about it earlier.
mhm,
And
mhm.
all of these disrupt the natural rhythm of
Of interaction.
interaction
Okay.
because flow in communication is a rhythm. It's like the
Dancing.
dance. Yeah.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. Mhm. You talked earlier on about active listening. So what is this active listening as it relates to the foundation of flow?
So, active listening, some of the components is one of maintaining eye contact. Don't mean say you
No
have to pay.
hypnotizing?
Don't hypnotize me.
Okay. Oh, mercy. All right. No hypnotizing.
No, but
Okay.
eye
Eye
contact.
contact.
Yeah.
Just eye contact. Just-
Yes. No,
no?
no,
Creepy.
no, no, that's creepy.
Okay. Mm.
Just normal. No,
No?
normal. You're creepy.
Mm.
Normal eye contact.
Okay.
Avoiding interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
Reflecting and paraphrasing. Remember what I
Oh,
was talking about
mhm.
reframing,
Yeah.
paraphrasing.
Okay. So let the person finish their train of thoughts before
Yes,
you butt in
yes. Or you're thinking of the answer without hearing the
the
whole
whole.
thing. Yeah. Or
Okay.
you want to finish their statement, which is wrong. Then
Mm,
asking clarifying questions. Now, a lot of us sometimes have this issue because, well, this has happened to me many times because I am slow in my thought process sometimes,
mm,
and I am speaking, and the person on the other end wants to finish my statement because I'm taking too long. They're on the fast pace, and I'm
mhm,
trying to gather my thoughts. Now, a lot of us have challenges in expressing swift, but once we get it together, we are able to get it out there. But when we are um you know frightened, or not frightened, there's another word. Every time we are ready to speak, someone is almost finishing our statement, it inhibits us, or we don't want to speak.
mm,
So avoiding the interruptions, if you are one of the persons who are fast paced, fast talk, uh, help yourself maybe in just staying focused to hear what the other person have to say, then you can speak.
mm,
Another Active listening involves asking clarifying question. That's how the person know that you are listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in every communication, every interaction, whether it's parent to child to parent, and it has to be right across the board.
Mm.
We can't expect our children or our the persons we care for younger than us listen to us while we don't listen to them. It has to be reciprocating. Has to be. The child must know that mom and dad is listening,
Mm.
just like mom and dad wants the child to listen
Mm-hmm.
and be engaged in the conversation. It has to be reciprocated. So this creates feedback loop that sustains flow and deepens understanding.
Mm-hmm. But
Mm.
you have to remember that we never grow that way.
Yeah, but we're not stuck in our past. We can learn.
I know, but I'm just saying we never grow that way.
I know,
Okay.
but there's so much things, so much information around, so it helps us to get out of where we were to what we were created to be.
Mm. All right. Mm. Mm.
Again, this creates a feedback loop that sustains flow and deepens understanding. You see, you
Mm.
weren't listening because I read that.
Mm.
I
Mm.
expressed that.
Okay.
Look at verbal and nonverbal alignment. Effective communication flow requires coherence between verbal cues, words, tone, pace, what we were talking about earlier.
Mm.
Nonverbal cues, body language, facial expression, your creepy eyes, gestures. Misalignment creates confusion, while alignment reinforces meaning. So
Mm.
if things are maligned, just like a car, you drive in a car and it's not aligned properly, it's not gonna stay on the line. It's gonna be juggling left and right, correct?
Mm.
And you have to be making
I
sure.
mean, it does. Going after the
Yeah,
left,
it just to the left, to the left.
or it going after the right. And I lick down the cow them over there, so. Mm-hmm. Same so. Mm.
Okay, now we're looking at emotional intelligence in communication. Emotional intelligence enhances flow by enabling individuals to recognize their own
Mm.
emotions.
Nice.
It understands others' emotional state. Remember, we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about empathy?
Empathy,
Yes.
right. So that comes in now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It regulates responses appropriately.
Mm.
When there's high educate emotional intelligence, it leads to more adaptive and harmonious interactions.
Mm. Nice. Flow and a lot more flow.
Flow in personal relationships. Hmm.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
In personal context, flow fosters deeper intimacy,
Seriously?
trust. Yes, it does. You see, I it it fosters deeper intimacy because when there's flow in relationship, every aspect of the home life is taken into consideration.
And becomes better. Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right.
And flow in communication, it starts from the smallest thing, misplacing stuff that disrupt the flow.
Mm.
Miriam don't she didn't put back the key where it should be, and now she's at work and Derek is looking for the key and call Miriam. Miriam is in a meeting. She can't come out. And so it causes,
Mm.
those are little things. Then it gets to the bigger things. So it's
Mhm.
very important that we pay attention to every detail of our relationship. So the flow will continue, and
Mhm.
so it will deepen intimacy.
Mm.
It also fosters trust and vulnerability.
Mhm.
So when flow happens, or when flow is there, when communication flow is aligned, then the two persons are vulnerable with each other.
Mhm. Okay.
Whether it's parent child, whether it's husband wife, whether it's friends, it's very important that that remains. And just going back to all of this is all of this comes from a common thread. What's that common thread? The four-letter word,
Love.
LOVE.
Oh, okay.
So flow in personal relationship, it fosters conflict resolution.
Mm.
Let's look at some of the practices in the
Personal
personal
relationship. Mm.
relationship
Okay.
flow. You notice how many times this word comes up? Practice. It's being fully present,
Mm.
validating feelings, communicating with authenticity.
Mm.
Let's look at flow in professional relationships. In the professional environment, communication flow improves teamwork
Mhm.
because everyone is valued. Their
Mhm.
ideas are valued. It enhances leadership effectiveness. It drives innovation.
Okay.
Can hear a pin drop.
And the key strategies.
So
We all
key
know that.
strategies now. It is clear articulation of goals. It opens feedback culture. And here we talk about collaborative dialogue.
Mm.
It's healthy. The structure is so healthy. So the role of feedback sustains flow by clarifying understanding. So if you notice several times these words just interlock, intertwine, and is repeated constantly. So it clarifies understanding, it reinforces alignment, and it encourages continuous improvement because
Mm.
it's not one and done enough. It's a continuous because there there will be misunderstanding because one person sees something different from the other person, but is with communicating the whole idea that there comes the clarity.
Mm. Okay.
Effective feedback has to be timely, constructive, and specific.
Mm.
And if we want to look at the starting from the home,
Mhm.
our children, we need to make sure that we give constructive criticism. Boy, you just go on like your pooper. That's not constructive
Hmm.
because they're gonna take it wrong. And that is not constructive. We find a way, of course, as some of us did not grow up with that sort of clarity or that sort of finesse, but we can learn how to take care of our own household so we don't reap the same thing as what our parents had.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for us who are Christians, we have a different daddy, our Lord and Savior. He has all of the information in the Word of God to help us. The Bible said, His divine power has given us everything that
Everything.
pertains to life and godliness. So it's important that we portray that. Now, creating flow in difficult conversations, as we talk about, because as children growing up, sometimes we can really rile up our parents, and trust me, it get ugly. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Spouses sometimes ugly conversation. However, creating flow in difficult conversation to maintain flow during conflict. One key ingredient is staying calm,
Mm-hmm.
because when you respond because of the emotions that's riling up, the flight or flight emotion that you allow to rile up in you, you react instead of being proactive. Many times when we react, we say things that we will say sorry for the rest of our life and still don't feel good because we shouldn't have said certain things. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important, both in the home and in
Wherever you are.
wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on issues, not personalities. So that's one of the words that cause triggers. The you, it causes trigger. It trigger the person. Or the I, I know what to do. I always, and those are trigger words. So it's very important both in the home and in our environment as we communicate. It's very important to
Mm-hmm.
stay away from those words. Seek mutual solutions. And this transforms conflict into constructive dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right.
Some practical techniques as we wind down. We're dancing. Pause and reflect. Now, most times when we're riled up, there's no time to pause,
No
but
pause.
it's very important that we maintain that flow. And we really have to allow the love of God to reside, to resonate, to rest in us, the peace of God. So even in difficult conversations, we can still stay poised. So this allows thoughtful responses instead of reactive ones.
Mm.
Another practical technique is ask open-ended questions, which encourages dialogue. Instead of asking questions where the person say yes or no, ask questions that even another question, they may ask another question to answer the question that you ask, but don't ask yes and no questions. Um, Other practical techniques to enhance flow: the mirror and the match. These are subtle, it's subtly aligned tone and the pace with the other person. So we can play that game on the mirror and the match.
All right.
Another practical technique, it eliminating distractions. You see how many times that comes up, which is so important. And eliminating distraction, it creates an environment conducive to focus, especially when we're dealing with difficult conversations. The impact of technology on communication flow. Technology can both enhance and also disrupt. That's why we need to be present. We need to be attentive.
So how does technology enhance its flow?
Enhancement in it instant connectivity.
Okay.
Several collaborative tools. You can have different tools that collaborate, yes. And how does it disrupt? The distraction, because so many tools and they're out of whack, out of alignment, and it reduces emotional cues. So it's very effective. So when we use all of these effectively, it requires intentionality and balance. So when we build a culture of flow, organizations and relationships thrive. Flow is embedded in communication norms. It encourages openness, transparency, and it promotes active listening, value diverse perspective, and it fosters psychological safety.
Give us an example.
Consider a team meeting without flow. A lot of interruptions, confusion, and disengagement. Everybody is doing their own thing. Somebody is doodling, the other person is tapping. Have you ever been in a meeting and all you hear is this? That's one distraction. Other persons that twiddling with the paper, so much without flow. With flow, you have clear agenda, active participation, and aligned outcomes. So the difference lies in the intentional communication practices.
So what is the benefits?
The benefits of mastering communication flow: strong relationships, increased productivity, and enhance emotional well-being. And it greater influences leadership at staying present. Flow transforms communication into a powerful relational tool. So the art of flow in communication is not accidental. It is cultivated through awareness, practice, and intentionality. By mastering presence, empathy, clarity, and responsiveness, individuals can elevate both personal and professional relationship to deeper levels of communication, connection, and effectiveness.
Nice.
Now, my quote for today is, when communication flows, relationship grows. So let it
Say
flow.
that again.
When communication flows, relationship grows. So the flow brings growth.
The flow grows.
The flow grows.
Nice. Anyone have any questions or any comments?
Let's check.
Any, any comments there on Facebook? We just see Queen Nancy just saying hi there and happy Monday. Thank you very much, Queen Nancy. And nothing else here. Something just pop up over there.
Dacia Brooks said, thank you. She said, true, true.
True, true. All right. Definitely. Thank you very much, Miss Brooks, Queen Brooks.
Thank you all for connecting with us. And for those who will be watching the replay, you can share your points. You can leave a comment, let us know. And we normally start with our money exercise, just to let you know where we are. For those who started the first week $1 and continue $2 as the weeks go, we are now
This
on
week you should be at 120.
$120. And for those who started the big money, 52, the first week, and then 103, this week you should be at 675.
675.
675. So I hope it's going well for you, whichever way you're doing it, whether ascending or descending order.
Wonderful. Chat. Hold on, somebody else just said something. Oh, same thing.
Okay.
Let's look if there is any hand raising. Okay. All right. So everybody good. Peace, blessings, and enough love. And thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And as you
Thank you
close,
all for this week, and until next week, we'll see you for another episode of Mindset Monday. Have a good night, everyone.